Hello everybody and welcome to day 164 of my journey to becoming the person that I want to be and a psychologist. It has been 13 days, almost 2 weeks since I last posted. To be honest with you, I really didn't feel like posting. I got into this negative state, kind of, and it's mostly because in the last month, I've had like 3 arguments with 3 friends that I've been friends with for some time. The cat also says hello. Say hello. But yeah, it kind of put me down, and I've also heard news that my younger sister isn't going to be coming to Serbia, and I didn't talk to her. I talked to my mother, and I still do not understand why she's not coming. Either way, that is something that I cannot really talk about on video, at least for now. And it's a long story, and it is more private now, so I don't want to publicly talk about it, because literally anybody can see this video, and not everybody needs to know what's going on in my life. At least I would like to have some privacy for some things that are happening to me now that actually do mean to me. The ones with friends, I don't know, I've kind of been changing my way of perceiving people, in a sense. Like, I've realized that a lot of people, and I mean a lot, are selfish. And the thing is, it is normal for people to be selfish, in a sense, like you should prioritize yourself before anybody else. But at the same time, you shouldn't be an asshole towards other people, and you shouldn't pray for somebody's downfall in order for you to get better or whatever. Those are things that people really do need to understand. But I've realized that it is also difficult for people to understand, because, for example, I've spoken to my sister and her boyfriend yesterday, and I've had this kind of mentality which helped me out a lot, and I've had it for, like, let's say 2 years guaranteed, like in a stable way, 2 years. And since then, my friendships have been more than fine. My relationships are great and all of that with other people. I know what to do, and I know when to cut off somebody and how to behave towards them if they do something bad towards me. Because at the end, you're always going to be, if you're not doing the right thing, you're going to be allowing yourself to be annoyed at people that don't even exist in your life anymore. And I've already talked about it so many times, about how that really does take away your energy to the point where it is unreal, and you don't really focus on your life that much. And yeah, I feel like everybody should be doing that. Everybody should kind of learn what forgiveness is. And what I wanted to say was that when I spoke to them yesterday, my sister and her boyfriend, I've realized that people just draw their own line and believe that they can never, like, cross that line. In a sense, I don't believe that I can be a kinder person, because, well, I can't. Because if somebody swears at my mother, I am going to go crazy. I cannot change that, blah blah blah. And when it comes to that kind of way of thinking, you've already put what's it called? I literally remember the Serbian word for it, but for the English one I don't. Granice, a fucking limits. You're setting yourself that there is a limit, or like a step you cannot go over. You're looking at that step as a wall. I forgot what it's called. It's not boundaries. Maybe it is. I don't know. Basically, you just, long story. I mean, I don't know what the word is, so I'm just gonna explain it. You're going up step by step as a person for, I don't know, anything. Fucking kindness. Step by step, you're getting there, and then you're like, you know what? I cannot get over this step because this step is a fucking wall. I can't go over the wall because I can't climb, and the wall is very fucking tall. So you're setting that mentality in your head where, okay, this is where I stop and I cannot go over it. But in reality, you can. You really can. If you do have an open mindset and a way of thinking where you know that you could do better, even though 3 months ago you were a totally different person from what you are now. You should be proud of yourself, but you should also continue. There's no walls, there's no stopping, and we're, as humans, we're here to learn till the rest of our lives. We don't stop learning ever. We don't stop learning. We can't. It's not possible. It's not possible to know everything. And when you already set that kind of line in your head where you're like, okay, well, I can't get over this, then you're done. You're done. You cannot evolve as a person. You cannot better yourself because you're telling yourself that you cannot. And, you know, I'm not telling you to be fucking Einstein, but in like these things where I helped myself in relationships and friendships and how I should act and how I should behave and what I think I did wrong and what I think I did right. I feel like if you're doing all of those things well, then you're going to have a much easier life than not knowing how to do it, than not knowing how to talk to people, how to manage your friendships, your relationships, who to cut off, who to not cut off, and so on and so forth. And yeah, I realized that most of the people are like that. They set a boundary for themselves, and they're like, okay, well, I'm not going over this because I can't. And then they just give themselves an excuse to be a terrible person. People run away from their traumas and they don't talk about it, but when something bad happens, they blame the trauma. Instead of fixing it, you're using it to be like, oh, well, something bad happened to me, so I became a bad person at that one point. I just got triggered because, well, this trauma happened to me, you know. Try to fix it. Go to a psychologist, go to a psychiatrist, talk about it with your friends, do something, you know. You can't just mention it every time you do something wrong and be like, oh, well, yeah, it is because of my trauma. No, it is because of you. It is because of you. You can fix it. You can change it. You cannot blame your trauma and be like, oh, well, it happened. It's gonna happen again and I don't give a fuck. You can't do that, because if you do that, you're a terrible person. Not a terrible person. You're a bad person. You might be a terrible person, but you're a bad person. You're not a good person. And you're giving yourself an excuse to be an asshole. And you're telling other people that your excuse for being an asshole is because you are you. Because technically, theoretically, everything that you went through, every single thing, every conversation you had with your family, every hangout with your friends, every time you got drunk, every memory you had with girls, boys, whatever the fuck, every animal that you had in your life is a part of you. Trauma is you. You are the trauma. That you're not the trauma, but people do become their own traumas. But that trauma is a part of you, and the only way that you can live with it is if you accept it. Because if you don't accept it, that trauma is gonna stay there and be an asshole towards you the whole time. Why do you think I was working so hard to get rid of that mentality of, oh, my ex is a beep, a bad woman who is acting like a prostitute, even though she wasn't, kind of. She wasn't actually like that. And like, you know, in a way, you need to forgive other people because other people also want to be good. Maybe not everybody wants to be good, but I feel like a lot of people are thinking that they're doing the right thing. Because why would you be doing the wrong thing and you knew that you were doing the wrong thing? I mean, only except for like serial killers and all that. But in a sense, if you most of the people think that they're doing the right thing. So, what did I want to say? Sorry, the cat is playing. Most of the people do think that they're doing the right thing, and your ex, your friend who fucked you over, they all thought they were doing the right thing. They might have made a mistake and they might have noticed that they've made a mistake, but a lot of people also do not apologize. They do not want to be wrong. They really do not. Because it is a big thing to tell other people and tell yourself that you're in the wrong and for you to change it. It kind of like makes you humble. It really does. Because you've shown other people that you've done something wrong. You've not shown, you've told them, and you've realized that yourself, which is, you should be having a lot of respect for it. Other people should be having a lot of respect for that. The most important thing is for you to learn from your mistakes, but first of all, you need to realize that you've made a mistake and to actually tell yourself, okay, hold up, wait a damn minute, I made a mistake. Because nobody really listens to when somebody tells you, imagine if you were in their shoes. Imagine if it was the opposite. Imagine if they were the ones who got attacked by you. Or, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, you need to understand other people's perspectives in some degree. You're never going to understand them 100% because, well, nobody's gonna know who they are 100% except themselves. And that's the thing. You're not going to 100% understand what they did wrong. And I'm not telling you that you should do your research. But if you do not know why they did what they did and they don't want to talk about it, just leave it. Just leave it. What they did to you, whatever they did, whatever they did, they've done it to you. Nothing is going to change that. Nothing is going to change the fact that that happened. And now the only thing that people focus on usually is revenge. Is, oh, I want the worst for this person. I want the worst for that person. I hope this person dies. I hope they get the same thing back. No. When a person is bad, they usually get their karma back. They're being a terrible person. Okay, at one point, life is not going to treat them well. And they're going to be alone. They're going to be sad if they keep doing the same mistakes that they've made with you. Life is going to treat them the way they should be treated. Life is justice. Even though some people, but I mean, that's a whole fucking debate about if it's right or not. I mean, there is extremely rich people, but at the same time, I don't really see money equals to happiness and a good life, So I don't know. I can't really talk about Jeff Bezos and Epstein and whatever, because I mean, okay, Epstein is literally a devil worshipper. That's why he got everything. That's what I believe, at least. But yeah, I believe that people should really focus on understanding what peace is and what forgiveness is, because everybody says that they understand it, but when I talk to them, they do not. I myself cannot even say that I am a fully peaceful person and forgiving. I did forgive a lot of people. I don't know if I didn't forgive anyone, but I know that if something else happened, like for example, I hope this never happens, but like somebody kills my mom, God forbid, You know, I would never be able to forgive them. I'm never gonna be able to forget it either, you know. I would kill that person most probably. Even though it's the wrong thing to do. I it being that peaceful and that forgiveful for yeah, forgiveful forgiving, forgiveful, what the fuck? And that forgiving is a huge milestone. I don't know if there is some people that are like that, but a very small amount of them. And I'm proud of them. There's respect for that, honestly. Anyways, yeah, that was my rant for today. This has been day 164, and I don't think I'm going to be taking another big break. I'm gonna be making another video in probably less than a week. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, and we will see you. Can you say stop eating your tail? Say goodbye. Say goodbye. Say goodbye.